Welcome to Singapore. I'm Megan, one half of the Peterson Odyssey, and if you're new here, this is our first stop on a global adventure. You might be looking around and going, where is your campervan? And the answer is actually just out there somewhere in the port, because at Zwibble, our campervan has shipped from New Zealand to Singapore en route to India. We are also en route to India, but thought that we'd stop here for a couple of days and see what Singapore's all about. So join us as we explore the food, the sights, and figure out what are the right options, what are the best things to do as mid-budget travellers. From here, we're heading off to Sri Lanka before we go and meet at Zwibble. So this is our first of 2 stops before we start our overland van journey. We love a free walking tour to orientate ourselves to a city. Kirsty was our guide, a Singaporean local, and she knew her stuff.
He is at NBS, Marina Bay Sands, trying to find the blue sapphire.
The tour started in Chinatown, where we got a real sense of how Singaporeans live and the history. Next stop was Little India, where we went through a wet market. As a guide, Kirsty was really experienced and came prepared.
The gulab tree, which is actually part of the eucalyptus family, or part of the guava family also, they will distill this oil called kachaput oil.
One of the things about these free tours is you pay as much as you think the tour is worth. And we paid a bit because she was brilliant. We learned about stuff, the art, the culture, the sights, the sounds. It really was a great tour. I will make sure I put the details of this specific tour that we did below. And as the tour finished, we ended up at this beautiful hotel, stopping point, and then Daryl decided it was time for some self-care and took himself off for a little treatment.
So I just got ear cleaning done at a clinic. It was nice and clean and tidy and all that stuff. But I know, I almost just kind of feel she just kind of tickled with my ear rather than doing anything. So, yeah.
An experience?
Oh, it was a lovely, pleasant experience, but I know, just part of me just kind of thinks, don't know if it really achieved much at all. So.
We went on an evening food tour and I managed to forget to film any of the food, but we had roti, satay, fried carrot cake and pork rib soup, which was delicious, and had a chance to explore the city at night, including visiting the Fullerton Hotel that I'll talk about later on. So we have come over to Gardens by the Bay, and we went for a walk this morning, which I forgot to film, but we went out to the Merlion where there were a lot of people posing, trying to fill up their hats with water that was spurting out of the Merlion. I did do a little photos and stuff, so I might put those here. But this is the #1 attraction actually, Gardens at the Bay, I think, in Singapore. Seeing as we're now very budget conscious travellers, we've chosen just to do one attraction, so we're going to take you with us. But if I'd had all the money in the world and hadn't quit my job, I probably would have done the quit jobs. I probably would have done the Cloud Bay and Forest Walk, I think they're called. That are these like indoor, what do you call those things? Not glass houses?
Well,
maybe they are.
They are into glass.
Yeah, like microclimates.
But they're huge.
Yeah, and they're huge. They look really cool. So, but either way, we've got other things that we want to do today in Singapore and spend our Singaporean dollars. So we're just going to do the one OCBC Skywalk.
For us, this is what we're choosing to do, and actually just coming out of the elevator just a little bit higher. I don't know why, but it just seems just a little bit cooler as well, which is good because yeah, it's definitely warm.
This is Marina Bay Sands. We're going to go there soon for a drink, get out of this heat.
If you chose to, if you didn't want to pay anything, you could just walk around the gardens, and even then it's highly worthwhile. Like it's a pretty special place. This place. Well, as I said before, it's Singapore, and Singapore seem to do things right. So.
were going to catch the normal observation deck, but decided to come up to this bar, C'est La Vie, where for 38 Singaporean dollars you get entrance to the 37th floor and the views are spectacular, and you also get a drink, a house pour, and there's lots of options. So Daryl's gone for a Singapore sling, and I'm having a Hanami mist mocktail. So we've come to the Chinese Centre Hawker Market. So a second ago we were living the high life, and then we've decided to come and eat some really local food. And we've got some chicken satay and a yellow bean paste bun is kind of a starter, and then we'll figure out if we want some more food after this.
But if I'm honest, it should be enough. Yeah.
Should be enough. Okay, let's go. This was $1, and then the satays were $8.
80 cents each.
We've come to another hawker market. This one's the Maxwell Market, and we're here. This is hot. We need a drink. Welcome to Sentosa Island. This is where we're choosing to spend our third day in Singapore. It's Saturday, it's hot, and us, and it feels like half of Singapore, have decided to come down to Sentosa Island, which is a bit of the playground in Singapore itself.
Well, I guess I kind of got to one of those moments in my life where, with YouTube, I've stumbled across something that I actually knew about thanks to another YouTuber called Eric. His channel is Unamoto. So he's just currently on his motorbike driving around the world. And previous episodes with him, he's come across other trolls. And I don't know, this is where it was, but here's Dreamer D, but there's also 3 other trolls around Sentosa Island. We did just see another one just over there. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, when what you come across on YouTube and then you come across it in real life.
So you might be wondering why we've come to Sentosa Island. It wasn't necessarily on our plans, although I'd read about the island, but when we arrived at our hotel they had a sign that said, scan a QR code, enter some details, and you can do a free activity at Sentosa Island, and there were different choices. One of the choices was going on a kayak, another one was making perfume, third one I can't remember what it was, but we're choosing to do a run of mini golf, 18 holes. Yeah, so the competitive Peterson side might come out. And it's one of those things that when you don't really have plans, you just kind of make up your plans as you go.
Also got to kill a little bit of time into it. We've got to start, I think, another 5 hours or so until we've got to start heading towards the airport. So we've got a little bit of time to kill.
Yep. May the best Pete win. This was 100% just a promotion. We're out playing golf, normally $22 Singaporean each, for free, playing very, very, very poorly, if I say so myself. We jumped on our favourite mode of transport here in Singapore, a bus, where you can see a lot of the city, and headed back into the city itself. This time to go and explore a district we hadn't been to, starting off with the Raffles Hotel.
If I'm probably honest, I probably know this hotel more from books that I've read in the past. So to be here, it's kind of interesting.
So we strolled around Raffles Hotel. What do you reckon?
Elegance is probably the most easiest word to describe it.
Yep. I looked it up, it's about $2,000 a night minimum to stay here, 2,000 Singaporean dollars. So, not on this trip, but maybe another time. It is so calm and so peaceful.
Yeah, and just, it's almost like a spot's not wrong.
Yeah.
Really well kept. Yeah.
Lovely.
Maintained.
I'm pleased we chose to come over here. This was a good suggestion.
Yeah.
We're in the Civic district of Singapore at the moment, and stopped in here at this memorial which commemorates the civilians who lost their lives in World War II. There's been a lot of talk from our tour guides about Singapore's occupation by Japan in the 1940s, 1942 to 45, And what's really interesting is listening, with such a long time afterwards, 80 something years, 81 years, just how people have moved on, they commemorate, they don't forget, but it's not like a heaviness necessarily. So we're downtown, really cool, lots of leafiness. This is kind of what Singapore seems to be. Like it's, one of our tour guides explained as every tree is planned, everything is planned. With their long-term planning, it kind of makes a lot of sense. And so while we're here in the park, there are people out throwing balls with their dogs, just kind of cruising around and enjoying their local amenities without losing sight of some really important history.
In Singapore, why not watch some rugby?
That rugby game was an absolute find for Daryl, who's not sure the next time we're literally going to see a game of rugby. And the Civic District had all the sites, from rugby to beautiful architecture. This is the art gallery and an old Civic building, down to this bridge where the Formula One cars race across with Marina Bay Sands in the background, and the Fullerton Hotel. We came in here the other night and it was just so fragrant. There's distinctive smells and flowers, and I think if we're coming back, this is where I'd like to stay next time. So that takes our time in Singapore to an end. If you've watched along this far, we hope you found it useful. We hope you found it exciting to see what we found exciting as mid-budget travellers. It's not so much theme parks as it is about exploring cities and getting to know them.
Yeah, so if you did like it, please like and subscribe. I'm thinking about for the next episode, might just do a quick breakdown for everyone, just to show you how much it cost us to travel around Singapore for the days that we did. I'm kind of thinking this might be a beginning of a trend that I might do just for every country that we go to. As we can see, we're going to go to Sri Lanka next. If you want to continue with us, please follow along with us on this ride. Thank you.